Welcome back, everybody. It's Jeff again with JK Stay in Vegas with another episode of Walk with Jeff. Today we are back on the Las Vegas Strip after covering a lot of local spots during our walks in the last few videos. And as we near triple digits here in Las Vegas, it's really important to keep cool. And that's why I started off this video right here. This is the park, Toshiba Plaza, the place where you go to T-Mobile Arena in between New York, and Park MGM. And I'm going to show you at least the most direct route to stay out of the heat, so how far you can get down the strip. We're on the west side of the strip. The east side, where MGM Grand, Planet Hollywood, all of that is, that's where the monorail is. But the unfortunate part of that is A, it costs money, albeit not a lot of money. And B, all of the monorail stops are in the back of the property, so you end up walking quite a bit of distance. So, enough yapping. Let's get to walking here on this 30-minute adventure walk with Jeff. Let's hit my 30-minute timer, and there we go. So this area here is, I'm sure you've seen a lot on our live streams as well. When we've been down here, tons and tons of trees, which is amazing. So if you want to get out of the casino, maybe get a little warmth as well, this is a great area to come. Plus it has a whole bunch of restaurants and bars and things like that. But we're going to leave this area and start going up the strip. And our first stop is going to be going through those doors, Park MGM. Today is supposed to reach 100 or 101. Just make sure you watch out for traffic, even though there is a crosswalk here. People tend to not watch themselves and not watch pedestrians for that matter. So let's go in here to Park MGM. And along the way, I'll of course point out things that you may be not aware of. Again, if you're new to our channel, you may not know, or just new to Vegas, that Park MGM is a 21 and up casino, and it is smoke-free. And if you didn't know, Park MGM is a smoke-free casino. I'm going to give you the most direct route of going to our next destination. Speaking of Park MGM, if you want to see what a pretty standard room looks like here at Park MGM, and that whole process, make sure and check it out on our channel. So I give you a whole tour of the Park MGM property. And it's what it's like staying in one of the rooms. Bavette's here is a highly regarded steakhouse, actually. So if we just stick through here, we can make a cut across. Oh, mommy. What's the name of that slot machine? Of course, Buffalo. Again, if you want a full tour of like how you get around the casino area where all the restaurants are, definitely check out our Park MGM staycation. And we have our Where's My Coffee, Where's My Room, which is a full tour of the property. Got a Bruno sign here. Take a picture in front for your Instagram. But on that staycation, we did try the chef truck. Find out how that is. Speaking of Where's My Coffee, Where's My Room, this is a pretty big Starbucks here. So if you just follow this pathway here, front desk is going to be over there. If you follow this hallway, like you're going to be going to the pool, you make a right-hand turn right up here. And you follow this really long hallway, twists and turns. So many times I'll see some videos and I'm like, they left a lot of details out of like how to get there. And especially if you're new to Vegas, you've never been here, all this can seem very overwhelming. So I think it's really important just to give, you know, a real-time look at how you get through some of the properties. And again, now that we've been hitting these triple digits and summer is upon us, try to give you the way that you can avoid outside as much as possible. And during that staycation, we showed you what the pool is like. Little people enjoying some stuff. And once you get down to this spot here, that's the thing. It's easy to get lost and you think, maybe I'm not on the right path. And again, I think a real-time walk kind of gives even the, you know, frequent traveler here to Vegas more perspective as far as how long it takes, all the different twists and turns of the hallway. Up ahead is Aria. That's how close some of these hotels are. Now you can definitely walk through Aria and then get to the next spot, which is going to be the Crystal Shops. But our walk would probably be about an hour long, so I'm going to take you up to the tram. And what I'll do here is, I'll tell you how long it actually takes me to go the distance between here, which is Park MGM, and the Bellagio. This is a free tram, by the way, unlike the monorail on the other side of the strip. This is absolutely free. It's called the Aria Express. And from here, we will wait for the tram. I'll do a little speed up here and let you know how it all takes.
The next stop is Bellagio. Yeah, you can sit out there. They can't afford it here.
All right, buddy, I started the timer back. So that whole trip was about 9 minutes. We're still giving you about that 30-minute walk. That included about 2 minutes waiting for the Aria Express to show up, and the travel time to get here to Bellagio. So even though we're outside, we're at least covered here. So wait till a few of these people come down. But they have two different platforms. Just make aware of which one the Aria Express is going to stop at. I would say one goes one direction, one goes the other, but this is the last stop. It's only 3 stops. So as the sign says, escalator to Bellagio, let's take it. Again, these 30-minute walks are really good for exercising and just putting up your feet, having a snack. But a lot of people find them informative because, again, it gives you kind of a real time of how you get from one place to another without cutting out a bunch of stuff in between that would confuse you. Again, even if you're an experienced traveler, you're not here all the time like we are as locals. Things may change, construction may happen, so it changes all the time here in Las Vegas.
What? She like listens to like really like rapping and stuff. It's not that. It's 92.
So just give you an idea of where this lets you out when you take the escalator down. You're just going to want to follow straight ahead. Because if you follow to the left, that's the convention area. Pro tip: if you ever need to use the restroom really badly and you don't want to go to one that is in the middle of the casino with a bunch of people, go check out the convention centers at every hotel. Usually some nice quiet place in case you're not feeling well or any of that. You can get away from people and not experience that chaos. So hit up the convention centers. Caveat to that is that sometimes there might be a convention letting out, so there might still be a lot of people over there, but I have found in my experience working here in that industry before that the convention center bathrooms tend to get cleaned and be upkept a lot more than the regular bathrooms, which you'd think would be the opposite. This Harvest over here. And you'll find once we take the twists and turns over here, we end up at a very popular spot for people to check out where they're here at Bellagio. One of the last free things to do here in Vegas.
Police patrol crews are off by
and that, of course, is the conservatory here at Bellagio. We've done many videos, and now they're actually changing out the installation. the new installation is going to be coming in. If you wanted to see what this did look like, make sure and check out our previous videos. You can search on our channel. But the summer display is about to move in, so they're moving this out and moving in. The conservatory changes every quarter or every season. So they have this all blocked off, so foot traffic gets a little bit tight. So definitely stick to our channel, subscribe, because then we'll be able to tell you the dates when this is loading out and the next one's loading in. So obviously visitors that are coming during this time are not going to be able to experience this. And unless they're staying for another week, they're probably not going to see the new installation. So that might be a big disappointment to you. So keep that in mind. But we give you all the latest up-to-date information on our channel, and subscribing is absolutely free. We're going to take a walk down here, avoid some foot traffic. But I think I looked at the temperature, it's already about 98 degrees. But when I'm filming this, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
You can see all of
All slot machines. Slot machines are so huge now. My mom taught me video poker, and it's actually hard to find a video poker machine these days. Jasmine over here. Some of the restaurants that surround Bellagio Lake. They are in the process of doing some new things at Bellagio Lake here in 2025 and beyond. Stick around for all those news updates. We do our monthly news updates. And we also have our Vegas Tea Time, where we talk about all your fun stories of Vegas and what's happening during that particular week, keeping you up to date on everything happening here in Vegas. See, this is why I'm taking you sort of a different path, because if you go down the center of the casino, there are a ton of people. Here's Lago. And at least this way you can have as you can see, a little bit more of a calm walk without people stopping in front of you. That's always the biggest thing when I'm filming. People are, they get turned around and everything, which is very easy to do. That's again why we do these walks. But then they stop right in the middle of a major walking path. And it's like stalling your car on the highway. Here's Yellowtail. Very pretty. These are the shops at Bellagio, or Bellagio Promenade. I can't remember exactly what they call it. But even more of the pretty famous restaurants are down this way. This is coming, La Terraza Champagne. So we're going to have a whole terrace out here.
first charge on your credit card. It would make up.
I've mentioned before on various videos, but if you tend to be a little bit of a cold running person, so in other words, you sometimes like the heat a little bit, it's not a bad idea to bring a light jacket if you do get cold real easily, because during the summer they will crank up the air conditioning, which is a good thing. Spago is up here on our right hand side. Now, if we kept going straight, we would be down there by the fountains. But we're going to head over here to the left towards Caesar's Palace because we want to keep continuing and see how far we can get with no sun or no heat. You're going to see here, unfortunately, this is about as far as don't trust these guys. They'll put a bracelet on you and want 20 bucks. So unfortunately, this part we have to go outside. It's a pretty short walk to go into Caesar's Palace. And we'll head that way once we get around the crowd of people. See, then you get everybody that decides to make a decision and block the entire walking pathway. So if we come down here, can beeline it to our left-hand side over here and get into Caesar's Palace. Purple Zebra has a nice covered area over here to get a drink. Of course, Absinthe here over on our left-hand side. A Spiegel World production. And Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen is over here. But we want to get out of the heat. We don't want hell. So we're going to head to our left here. There's a box office, by the way, for Absinthe. The grandeur of Caesar's Palace. When everything was reopening, fun fact, you can search on our channel, but it's back in 2020. Wayne Newton reopened. Caesar's Palace here. They had a big stage set here. I believe that was June of 2020. Got an open door over here. Let's take advantage of that. And here is the front entrance. Caesar's Palace, the registration, all that. So we're only out in that in maybe 5 minutes at most. So now we got some cool air conditioning. Even though this way looks far busier, kind of avoiding the heart of the casino. This is another entrance where you park, you get your taxis over here. Guy Savoy, get some coffee. Brioche. This area does get a little busy because it's a little narrower as far as a walking path. And then you got the ATMs and everything.
Wow. Oh, no.
So here's a pro tip. If you want to stay in the air conditioning and you don't want to go outside, you can go down there past the sportsbook to the Caesars Forum shops, like Vanderpump is and some of those other restaurants in Atlantis. It's a really long walk around, but it is a way that you can still stay out of the heat. Once we go over here, we'll be back in the heat again, unfortunately. But our walks are only 30 minutes, and we can do another video on the Caesar Forum shops. It's been a while since we've done it. They're doing something here in front of Caesar's Palace currently, as you can see. Now again, there's a ton of videos about taking the monorail here in town, and I'll do our own, just to kind of give you an idea of what currently it's like to take the monorail, how long it takes, cost, all that stuff. And again, give you some of the pros and cons of taking the monorail. I've already told you about a couple of them. But the reason why I'm taking you this way, in case you don't know what's over here, you have this little garden area, which is really nice. Kind of like the park at T-Mobile, where you actually have some shade and some nice flowers and all that. There's our Mirage that is no more, transforming into the Hard Rock, for better or worse. So here we go, over this way. Now we've heard several reports of this Caesar Rotunda being torn out. Hasn't happened yet. And some of our vintage Vegas lovers will know that there actually used to be a moving walkway that would take you across this area. So this is no longer in use, hasn't been for several years. So not sure what the holdup is, what Caesars eventually plans to do, but stay tuned to our channel. But yeah, even if you wanted to, you could duck in here. Have a nice, quiet, pretty cool spot. Do a little people watch from here, see? And get out of the direct sunlight. Nice covered trees. Unlike in front of the Bellagio, where they've chopped them all down for F1. And now they have just these scrawny trees that don't even cover the pathway. We'll go up here. I like to show this on our live streams. Join us on our live streams every Saturday night for a walk either on the Strip or Fremont Street. Kind of alternate them. But I will show this spot a lot of times at night, because you really get a great picture. You're a little elevated. You can see everything from Caesars, where we just were, to the Cosmo, all the way going down the Strip towards MGM Grand, Mandalay Bay, Horseshoe, Paris, and the Flamingo right here. And with that, everybody, look at that. We are done. So thanks everybody for joining us here on this episode of Walk with Jeff, trying to avoid the heat of the summer. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a big old thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Both those actions are free. Really does help us out. We have a fast growing community here on the channel. We're locals here to Vegas, in case you just stumbled upon us. We don't travel here. We actually live here. In fact, we have a new series on our channel called Moving Mondays, where you can see what Vegas neighborhoods look like, what a median home looks like, and all that other stuff. Lots of useful information on our channel, and we invite you again to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. All right, everybody, from the heart of the Las Vegas Strip on Las Vegas Boulevard, stay safe and stay silly. Bye-bye, everybody.